Today we will be discussing the Ballad of Jason Penselton. He's a former New Pointer, iconic, I'd say, and I think it's about time that we give him his flowers, since he's dead. He deserves it. So, Ezekiel 1:10 from the new version of Ezekiel 1:10. Their faces looked like this. Each of the four had the face of a human being, and on the right side, each had the face of a lion, and on the left, the face of an ox. Each also had the face of an eagle. This will be relevant later. As you can see, there's our boy Nigel. So, origins. Jason was born on November 12th, 2006 to Samantha and Tony Penselton. Descendant from unknown wealth in their Bog Road fortune, he didn't have much luck with making friends in life. His webbed feet and inclination towards the radical far right at such a young age made it hard for him to maintain relationships in his life. One of his only companions growing up was his life-sized pin-up doll of Catwoman from the 2004 film starring Halle Berry, which was surprisingly lifelike, and I don't know where he got his hands on this. I would like to know. Honestly, I would like to know, just for reasons relating to, research for this, because this was difficult finding this online, this information. I don't know where he got it, but he did. Lucky fucker. She would remain his trusted companion until his death later in life. He was also known, and this is a wee tidbit, but he was known for having fantasies of dying in battle, a bit like Gladiator. I think he was a big fan. So yeah, a bit like Battle Beast from the Stephen Nolan show, if you've ever seen that. So yeah, he was a guest one time, and he was a bit of an iconic character in the Stephen Nolan show, but yeah. This is a quote from Jason as well. The masculine urge to never mind. You won't understand. Basically, that was it. Like, he was a bit of a dick. Anyways, there's Bog Road. As you can see, it's beautiful, serene. That's it there, and that's him. So if you got a mental image in your head now of Jason. That's someone from the Abbey, a student from the Abbey drew that one, just as a little representation. But yeah. Anyways, then what's it doing? The middle. At the age of 19, Jason had a costly surgery to remove his webbed features, as according to Jason, people accused him of being a mutant from the X-Men films. I'm going to use the politically correct term because apparently, according to Jason, they called him the really bad one. But there's no evidence towards this. I'm pretty sure he just didn't like the look of his feet. Because I don't know. Like, I'm gonna assume it was on his feet or hands. I'm truly, I didn't know the fella well enough at that stage. It's just information, really, about the fella. But, yeah, he went to Daisy Hill for this procedure, and the staff of Daisy Hill, in their infinite fucking wisdom, thought that they would mix in codeine and iodine. And, yeah, it was apparently to treat a urinary tract infection, even though abuse of these substances causes urinary infections, so I don't know. In the process, this actually gave him a subtle high, similar to methamphetamine, and pretty much because they actually injected him with what is effectively known as Russian crocodile, or desomorphine, as it's chemically known as, directly into his system. This chemical produces, like I said, basically an intense high. It's short-lived, but it's highly addictive. It also rots your body due to external chemicals. So, say if you found it in easy to access cleaning items from your home, perhaps you might end up injecting fucking bleach into your arms, and well, you know how that goes. So yeah, foreshadowing. After recovery, Jason then went on to join New Point 2023 for about 2 days before quitting. Apparently the girls thought that he was a freak, and to be honest, I can't blame them. For once, they were actually onto something. Yeah, this was he was a good crack. He was a good lad. I think he was just misunderstood in many aspects. Maybe not on his views towards immigration, but he had some pointers. He liked Ninjago. That was one thing about him. But yeah, odd fella. Odd luck too. He had like a glove on his fucking arm the entire day, and like everyone asked him like what was going on? What's up with the arm? Why do you have this fucking gaga shit up your arm? And he just didn't give like a proper answer. It was like half truths and like avoiding the question. It was just weird. But yeah, that's the X-Men. That's the chemical there, desomorphine. So yeah, and then that's Daisy Hill. It's recently enough. It's around 2024 that photo was from. So, the turning point. It didn't take long for Jason to begin abusing Crocodile, as he was found assaulting the Hill Street Superdrug staff looking for chemicals for his next fix. This placed him on the PSNI's most wanted list for the County Armagh Down area of the General Mourne district. And it wasn't long before he was caught. It was okay, well it actually was. He evaded the law for a good couple of months, but the PSNI were on it. At this stage, he was horrifically disfigured. You could call him a fucking freak. It was... Christ, the people on the scene described him as some sort of animal. Barely human. Jesus. The words that... Oh, it's disgusting. And no wonder, because, I mean... Like, how much he was riddled with illness. So the list includes gangrene, phlebitis. Phlebitis? Is that what it is? That's made up. That's a fake illness. That's fake. That's COVID-19 there. That's fake. That's fake news. That's not. That's a fake. Thrombosis. Blood clots, basically. Pneumonia. Meningitis. Septicemia. Osteomyelitis. I struggled with this one a lot. It's basically a bone infection. He's got every fucking blood disease known to man, and some unknown. Some were fake. Liver and kidney damage, and brain damage, and apparently HIV and AIDS, but I don't know about that last one now. He was taken to Daisy Hill for initial treatment, but witnesses were led to believe otherwise. He wasn't even in an ambulance. The fellow was apparently in some like fucking sedan. I don't know why. Apparently they don't have ambulances up Daisy Hill. I see plenty all the time. Like what the where are the ambulances? One denizen from Omeath said, quote, "Here la, Nuri has a cryptid like proper Bigfoot our fella here." That's Omeath. That's, let me tell you, that's Omeath there. Or Superdrug. Breaking Bad facts that are better than blue meth. there's Big Al from the Country Bears, and okay, that's not meant to be there. That's not meant to be there. What the fuck is that? That's Jetfire from Transformers 2. That's not meant to be there. How do you get there? That's not there. No. No, I don't like that. That's not good. Right, the tragic fall. Jason was in critical condition at Daisy Hill, but thankfully the brave souls at Daisy Hill were able to stabilise his condition to a survivable level. Not great, not terrible, just sort of survivable. Though he couldn't do much, Jason still demanded access to his Nintendo Switch to play some Mario 64 and wait for this whole thing to blow over, which I don't know why he's so nonchalant about the subject matter of his body dying and fucking rotting alive. I mean, like I said, strange fella. You just had to know him. While playing the level Tiny Huge Island, Jason got a little too worked up over a platform he would normally, under normal circumstances, be easily able to clear. He couldn't, given his condition, and fell off his bed, fracturing his vomer bone, which is around here. This was truly his tragic fall from grace. I just thought that would be funny to put in the presentation, but that there's what he looks like. And let me tell you, he's not looking good. I don't know what those are. All those, what are those, like liposuctions? He's like one of the Kardashians. He's like one of them ones. And then he's got, like, obviously you can see there the hand. That's where his glove was. That big fucking thing there. His legs seem to be joined, which is odd. Normally your skin dies and doesn't join when it's necrotic, but science found a way. Jason always just found a way. So that's him there in Craigavon, actually. And then that's the Mario. Is that fucking doing that on purpose? Right, so death of a salesman. Jason suddenly passed away not too long after, due to, well, a whole host of factors, the likes of which would take another 40 slides to fucking explain properly. In his exposed bony hands was a transcript for a film, Un Chien Andalou, or, in English, The Andalusian Dog, by Salvador Dali, which to this day remains the only theory Matthew Robert Patrick has failed to solve. Why did he have that in his hands? What was he doing with it? It's a film. There's no fucking TVs in Daisy Hill. Daisy Hill's notorious for running on fucking radio, and radio only for entertainment. There's no TV. So that's him, by the way. I had to cover that. But yeah. Strange. Very strange. Very strange case. He was buried next to Catwoman at an unmarked grave at St. Patrick's Church, down Church Street, down the road there. He's close to the local Paddy Power, so I guess he's happy enough there. So that's the film. I mean, that's where he is there. He's somewhere around the fucking spot there. The fuck? Right. That's not meant to be. Okay. In conclusion, Jason was a controversial character, much like most people in life. Was he noble? Courageous? And selfless? Not really. Was he a sexually deviant drug addict? Former Abbey student? Yeah, he was. He was actually. But that doesn't mean he is gone forever, as he lives on in each and every one of us. In our hearts, in our minds, and in New Point. R.I.P. Jason. fly hiking. Right, so I'm glad you got to know a little bit more about Jason. That hopefully clears a lot of things up. And yeah, I'll see you guys some other time.